Hey guys, this is Rachel with BigKidult.com. In my 9-to-5 job, I actually work in influencer marketing. Over the years, I've gotten to work with YouTube greats like Fowler Sisters, Mandalay, Tabby Ridamon, Clara Babylegs, as well as Facebook and Instagram influencers like Manny the Frenchie. I've done fully integrated campaigns with giveaways, photo shoots, custom videos, and out of the thousands of influencers I've worked with, some are great and some are terrible. I'm not naming names. So if you're one of those influencers that has just started getting contacted by brands and you want to make the most out of it, this video is for you. These are my real experiences in the trenches of influencer marketing on how to make a brand fall in love with you. But before we get started, if this is your first time at my channel, be sure to hit subscribe to see more videos like this. First of all, be informed. Influencer sponsorships work best when you're able to speak about a brand organically, and you can't speak about a brand organically if you don't know anything about the brand. Don't be afraid to ask the company if they have a media kit or a bio on their site that you can learn more about. These are places where you're going to find out things that might be relevant to your own brand or interests. For example, maybe they're a Kickstarted company and you're in the startup space. Or maybe you're feminist and they're female founded. This is not only going to make the brand happier, this is also going to make your video better. Second up, follow brand guidelines. It may seem like nothing to you to mess up a punctuation or mispronounce a brand name, but I promise you, somewhere, someone in a marketing department is sitting there screaming. Brands usually have very specific brand guidelines that extend everywhere from how you talk about the brand, to fonts, to logos, to colors. You can avoid brands asking for changes to your videos by making sure you nail all of these. Ask the company you're working with if they have any formal brand guidelines or if they have any general guidelines they'd like you to follow. Next up, be ready to do the paperwork. The early days of influencer marketing were a bit of a wild west. We made payments on PayPal, we didn't sign anything. That's not the case anymore. Today, influencer marketing is a big deal, and it costs the big bucks. So companies are having to get formal about it. That means paperwork. At the very least, a lot of companies are going to ask you for a 1099 for tax purposes. You should also be prepared for companies you work with to ask for a standard release form. This allows them to use your likeness in their marketing. If you're concerned, this may be the time to get a lawyer. Next, know the FTC guidelines. Remember those Wild West days I talked about? Well, the FTC guidelines didn't exist then, and now we've all got rules to follow. If you aren't familiar yet with the rules that FTC has for bloggers and vloggers, get familiar with it. There are very explicit ways that you're supposed to disclose that you're working with brands, hashtags that you're supposed to use, ways you're supposed to phrase it. If you are a professional influencer, you should consider this part of your job. Brands have an equal responsibility to know these things just as you should, but you can really impress them by being on it. And finally, facilitate measurement. At the end of the day, a brand isn't just paying you for your creative work. They want to see some conversion. Conversion is a brand word for money. One of the first techniques that many brands use are UTM links. So they take their website link and append a special bit of information that allows them to track it through their Google Analytics system. This is why brands often get really mad if you just copy and paste their website address. You should also understand affiliate programs. Not only can they help earn you a little bit more money, but they also make your sales very trackable for the brand. Going into the arrangement, ask the brand what metrics are important to them. Is it sales conversions? Is it brand likes? Is it video views? I promise, if you use these techniques, not only is it going to make your video better, it's going to make brands want to use you over and over again. So if you learned something today, give me a like. And if you want to learn more about influencer marketing, be sure to subscribe below. This has been Rachel with Big Kidult.